So, did you know that a single, let's say, misjudged senior sales hire, it can trigger this ripple effect, costing organizations, well, upwards of 10 times that executive's annual salary.
Wow, 10 times. That's significant.
It really is. And for those of us, laser focused on hitting targets and building these powerhouse sales teams, dealing with that kind of risk isn't just smart. It's absolutely essential.
Critical.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to unpack the crucial knowledge you need to excel. And today, we're tackling a really core challenge for, I think, every ambitious sales organization.
Which is?
Understanding and, importantly, actively managing talent risk, specifically when you're recruiting for those really pivotal senior roles.
Absolutely. And, as the sales experts often articulate, talent risk is this real and present danger to your company's goals. It happens when you lack the right skills, or maybe just as bad, when key players leave.
Right. The consequences aren't theoretical, are they?
Yeah, not at all. We're talking tangible setbacks, things like stalled growth, decreased revenue, that dreaded revolving door of employees.
Yeah.
And even a kind of dampening of innovation that can seriously leave you trailing the competition. It hits hard.
Okay, so our focus today then, drawing directly from these insights from the sales experts, is to equip you listening with some practical, immediately usable strategies.
Stuff you can actually do.
Exactly. To get a handle on this risk, particularly when you're making those crucial senior sales leadership hires, we want to boil it down to maybe 2 or 3 key actions you can take, well, pretty much right away.
Sounds good. Let's get into it.
Okay, let's dive in. So the first critical piece of this puzzle, it seems, is really nailing down exactly what that senior role entails, getting super clear.
That's precisely right. Yeah. It sounds basic, maybe.
A little bit, yeah.
But the sales experts consistently find that a lack of real clarity around the specific responsibilities, the needed expertise, the desired outcomes, well, that fuzziness for a senior sales job is a major, major stumbling block.
So being vague is risky in itself.
Hugely risky. You need to be incredibly precise up front.
Okay, so why? Why does this upfront definition, why does it carry so much weight in knocking down that talent risk?
Well, think of it this way. A crystal clear role definition. It acts as your benchmark, your yardstick.
Okay.
Right through the entire recruitment journey. It makes sure every candidate you look at is being assessed against, a consistent set of high priority criteria.
Ah, so everyone's on the same page.
Exactly. And it aligns your whole hiring team too, from talent acquisition folks right up to the executive suite. Everyone agrees on the profile of the person who's going to genuinely drive sales success in that specific role.
Right. The sales experts really emphasize needing to meticulously outline those specific skills, the quantifiable experience, and the absolutely crucial qualifications that will determine success.
Yeah, it's not just a wish list.
No, it's moving beyond that generic list to a really sharply defined blueprint. So for you listening, maybe ask yourself, how can you refine your senior sales job descriptions right now? Make them laser focused on the non-negotiables for hitting your strategic sales goals.
And building right on that foundation of clarity, the sales experts also underscore the necessity of going beyond just the usual interview process.
Right.
You need to implement really thorough, multifaceted assessments, especially for senior sales candidates.
Absolutely. I mean, the standard interview, it has its place, of course.
Sure.
But relying only on that for senior leadership roles,
Yeah.
it feels a bit like, I don't know, navigating by starlight in a really complex market. It's not enough.
Well put. Yeah.
So what other tools should we be using? How do we get a more complete picture?
Well, what's particularly valuable, and this is highlighted again by the sales experts, is strategically using a diverse assessment toolkit.
Okay, like what?
So this includes things like structured behavioral interviews, really designed to probe past performance in relevant situations.
Right, getting specific examples.
Exactly. But it also goes further. Incorporating practical skills assessments, letting you actually observe their capabilities in action, maybe a sales strategy presentation or a market analysis exercise.
See them do it.
See them do it. And then for deeper insights into their working style, their potential fit, you could consider well-validated psychometric assessments.
Psychometrics. Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me a bit more about those.
Sure. They're basically tools that help evaluate things like personality traits, cognitive abilities, behavioral tendencies, all relevant to how someone performs in the workplace.
Gotcha. So the idea is creating multiple data points, right? Getting this holistic view that moves way beyond just what a candidate happens to tell you in an interview.
Precisely.
What's the big advantage there? What's the core benefit of going so comprehensive?
The primary benefit. It's a significant reduction in hiring mistakes. Simple as that.
Okay, less risk.
Much less risk. By using a range of assessment methods, you're not just, taking someone's word for it. You're gathering actual tangible evidence of their skills, their experience, their underlying aptitudes.
Right.
And this more data-driven approach, it just dramatically lowers the chances of a really costly mismatch. It sets you up much better for achieving that sales success we're aiming for.
That's a powerful point.
Yeah.
It really is about making informed decisions, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not just educated guesses.
Exactly.
So a question for you listening. Are you currently using a robust, varied set of assessment techniques to truly understand your senior sales candidates? Or are you maybe leaning too heavily on just conversational interviews? Something to think about.
Mm-hmm. And then complementing those really in-depth evaluations, the sales experts rightly point to the enduring importance of conducting insightful and strategic reference checks.
Ah, yes, reference checks. Sometimes they can feel like just another box-ticking exercise.
They can feel that way, yeah.
So what makes them such a critical component in actually mitigating talent risk, according to the sales experts? Why bother digging deep?
Because it's about uncovering genuine, hopefully unfiltered perspectives on a candidate's actual track record, their professional conduct, their ability to collaborate, their leadership effectiveness.
Stuff you can't easily assess otherwise.
Exactly. These conversations, when done well, can reveal crucial patterns of behavior. They provide real-world examples of performance good and maybe not so good that you simply won't get in a direct interview setting.
Okay.
It's really about understanding their impact, but through the eyes of people who worked closely with them.
So yeah, definitely not just confirming employment dates and titles.
Yeah, no, far beyond that.
It's about really digging into the substance, isn't it? Their contributions, how they operate within a team. What kind of questions should we be focusing on that to get the most valuable info during these calls?
Yeah, this is a vital point. You have to move beyond those standard, really surface-level questions.
Like, what were their responsibilities?
Right, skip that. Focus on behavioral inquiries. Questions related to the core responsibilities and the potential challenges of the specific role you're hiring for.
Give me an example.
Okay, ask for specific examples of how they navigated, say, a complex sales cycle, or how they motivated a team through a really difficult quarter, or how they handled a particularly challenging client relationship.
Ah, okay. Real situations.
Real situations, and importantly, probe into both their successes and perhaps perceived shortcomings or areas for development. That balance can offer really invaluable insights.
That's immediately actionable advice. I like that. It's about transforming reference checks from just a formality into a proper strategic intelligence gathering exercise.
Absolutely, that's the goal.
Okay, so to kind of bring our deep dive on managing talent risk and senior sales recruitment towards a close, let's just quickly recap those key insights we pulled from the sales experts.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
So first, establish an exceptionally clear, really detailed definition of the senior sales role. Outline the specific skills, experience, and those desired outcomes that are essential for driving sales success. That clarity is absolutely the bedrock.
Bedrock. Nice. Okay, second.
Second, implement a comprehensive suite of assessment methods. Go beyond just the traditional interviews. Incorporate those skills-based evaluations, maybe psychometric tools, to get a really well-rounded understanding of each candidate's capabilities and their potential.
Right, multiple data points. And third,
Conduct thorough and strategic reference checks. Focus on those behavioral questions that provide genuine, real-world insights into a candidate's past performance and their professional attributes. Don't just tick the box.
got it. Clear role, broad assessment, deep references. These core strategies, as emphasized by the sales experts, seem absolutely fundamental for building those high-performing sales teams we all want and ultimately achieving sustainable sales success.
That's the aim.
So now, we really encourage you listening to take a closer look at your own senior sales hiring processes. Maybe reflect on how these expert insights could be applied within your own organization to minimize that costly talent risk.
Yeah, definitely worth reflecting. And maybe, considering these key strategies we've discussed, what's the single most impactful adjustment you could make in your approach, maybe starting today, to better protect your organization from those consequences of talent risk and, accelerate your journey towards greater, more consistent sales success?
A great question to leave everyone with. Food for thought.